Hey everyone, and welcome to my second Dungeons & Dragons video. This one isn't going to be a scenery video, it's going to be the, as promised, tile system that I decided to come up. Now, the reason why I made these things was my pet peeve against actual miniatures themselves, because one, it doesn't really give enough to the imagination of the players, and two, it was a little bit hard of me just writing down everything and remembering to write them down and to take them off, like the status conditions, like who's bloodied, all that kind of stuff. So let me just guide you through the player tokens, the monster tokens, the player character miniatures that I have. I'll explain why I kept the miniatures for the players. It was kind of like a personal preference from my players, basically. And the containers and status markers that I made for each. So, first of all, we have all the player minis that my friend just kindly gave to me. So we have a dwarf fighter, a human paladin, we have a sorcerer guy, we have an elven ranger, we have another elf ranger, and we have a dwarven fighter. Now these are the ones so far that I have. I've ordered some from Reaper Miniatures in the US. So they'll be coming to me in the next, I think he said 3 weeks, for the miniatures. And also I've ordered some dragons as well, so that'll be a totally different video, because actually in the module that I'm doing there's some little hints towards some dragons, so hopefully the players will enjoy that and hopefully come across them if they're lucky, or more so unlucky. So basically, with all the player characters here, let's say we have a dwarf fighter, a sorcerer, a cleric, a ranger, and I did actually have a rogue miniature somewhere as well, a little halfling rogue, but let's just say we have a paladin or something. Now for the characters, I devised these little token things. So instead of people writing down and remembering what they have to do and everything, they could have this. So in the centre of them, we have the bloodied marker, and this is one of the cases, I'll show you in a second. We have a bloodied marker. Now what these are just little pieces of acrylic cut with a laser cutter from my past college. I went in and they were very nice and let me use some of their facilities again. So basically what we have is, like, the white means they're at full HP or above bloodied, and when they are bloodied you just spin it over and they have a red marker. And these are the same for the monster tokens as well. Now the bigger circles are mainly for the status conditions. So let's say this green one here is ongoing poison. This one is slowed or immobilized. The white one here could be, hang on if I can get it out, could be blinded or dazed. And the red one can either be Hunter's Quarry or marked. I don't have a lot. I have pink, red, orange, green, blue and white, as you can see most of them there. So the players do need to keep track of what's going on, and this basically sort of lets me sort of say, right, what's that? Is that ongoing poison? If so, take 5 points of damage, etc. So basically this is just to help the players. This will be kept with them with their character sheet, just an extra little thing. And if they don't like the characters, this can be placed actually on the board with the monsters around them, so it's actual visual of what's going on with their character. So that's all the players sorted, and it's basically the same thing for the monster tiles. So here we have medium creatures, so it's the inch by inch tiles. This one here is a large creature. I have another one here. And as you can see, I've actually engraved the numbers on them as well, so I can write it on a little sheet of paper saying 1 is this, 2 is this, B1, big one, and all that stuff. And here we have huge creatures. I only made 2 of these because in the game it's very rarely that I'll come across, or the players will come across large creatures. So I didn't really want to waste space creating more of these larger tiles. So all these are just 2 pieces of acrylic, laser cut, glued together, with the holes cut out of them, with the numbers engraved on them. So this allows me just to, as I said, keep track of all the status conditions and see who is still on the board, what the things can do, etc. So that's basically all the tiles. Now for the status markers, I made this little black box, as you can see here. It's several layers of plywood glued together. It's got magnets embedded in. We have the lid. Now this was originally made for the player tokens, but then I thought, oh god, I haven't got a place to store the little status markers. So this clips onto the lid, like so. All the magnets aren't at the same polarity or in the same area, so it's only got one certain position that it can go on. So this is what it looks like. On the bottom it's got a nice little felt type thing, so it doesn't scratch up the surface that is placed on, or it's got a nice little cushion so it doesn't damage any of the wood. Got a little bit of a damage here, but that's just mainly because I put it down on the wrong side when it was drying and I had to peel it all off, and I was kind of disappointed with that. But that's the status marker tray. And also for the monster tokens and the player tokens, I haven't quite finished this yet, but this here is the board it's on. So we have a space for the large tiles, then we have a space here for, I think it was 18 medium monster tokens or NPCs, and on the top rung here would be where the player tokens would go. And here is be the same sort of mechanism as the status tokens. You have embedded magnets that will go into these little gaps here, and behind me I have other little L-shaped pieces that will fit onto the bottom part, which will be the large creature one, so it will glue right there. And then once all these are cut out with a Stanley knife, I think that would be the most easiest way of cutting it out. They can all be magnetised together and it'll be all locked together. So that is basically my own creation of the monster tokens, and I've used them previously with some of the other games that we've played, and my players quite like them. So thank you for watching. My next video should be a scenery video. If not, it'll just be an update of what I'm making. If I haven't got any like actual completed things, I'll just do a little update video for 1 to 2 minutes to keep you on track. So thank you, and see you next time. Bye.